What's up, Coach Beverly Simpson here. Today's video, we're diving in how to start generating high-paying clients using your social media networks without having a massive following. Let's dive in. What's up, Coach Beverly Simpson here, the owner of BSimpsonFitness and the founder of the PT Profit Formula, which honestly we're diving into today to help you start generating revenue online using your social media networks without having a massive following. So if you like this video, go ahead, hit like, hit subscribe, and be sure to hit that bell so you're notified when the next latest and greatest video comes up. All right, let's get started. Most coaches and fitness professionals that work with me come to me and say, Beverly, how do I grow my Facebook? How do I grow my Instagram? How do I grow my audience? And what they're really saying is, how do I increase the traffic, the eyeballs that are looking at my product and services so that I can generate more revenue for my business? And I get that because all businesses need traffic at the top of the funnel. They need eyeballs. You need more eyeballs to look at your stuff because it will then turn into a lead, which will then eventually turn into a customer. So I understand the need and that urge to grow the traffic. But what most coaches miss is that if you're constantly and only focusing on the traffic increase and growing your audience on the front end without implementing the PT Profit Formula, the 3-pillar synergistic program, or the 3-pillar synergistic formula, then that is like wanting to take a bath, turning on the water and trying to fill up the tub without plugging the drain. And so by the end of this video today, you'll know exactly how to implement this formula in your business so that you can use the audience that you already have. You already have a network in front of you and start turning that traffic into leads and then turn them into customers. And then from there, we can grow that traffic and grow that audience. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit subscribe, hit like, and that little bell to be notified when the next latest and greatest video comes available. Okay, friends, so let's dive into the first pillar, which is the product. And so when I'm talking about the product, I'm really talking about the offer. And now most people will tell you, don't start with the offer. You need to know who you're talking to, and you need to know who this serves, and you need to know the language that they're using. And now listen, I get that. This is why this is a 3-pillar formula that works synergistically together, because what we're really doing is we're working on this simultaneously. They all depend on each other. However, I start with the product because so many trainers and coaches that I work with, they have a really hard time niching down because they have a gym background or they have a clinician background, which means that they have had the privilege of working with all different types of people, which is awesome because they have a plethora of experience. So when we start with the offer and we start looking at what it is that we want to do, what it is that we want to talk about, we start thinking about the transformation that we want to provide, oftentimes our niche or our ideal client starts to reveal itself. And then from there, we can start building out the messaging component, which is the second P, which we'll get to in a minute. But first, let's keep going with the product. And so here is a big step that a lot of coaches often miss is they have this mentality, which I get coming from a gym, which is I need to charge $1 per hour. I need to generate $10,000 a month. So I need to serve X amount of sessions. I need 10 X amount of sessions this month. I need my clients not coming in, so I'm going to lose money. And they're really thinking about their services in terms of $1 per hour. But then what happens when a client goes on vacation? Or what happens when you want to go on vacation? That's not a sustainable business approach. And the truth of the matter is that is part of the process. That is a fact, and that is a feature, which it's not that it's not important, but it's not as important as the promise, the transformation. Most trainers are focused on the facts and the feature and the process and what goes into the program, but they miss this key component of the offer or the product, which is the promise, the transformation. What is going to become available on the other side of working with me and after working with me and after the end of this program. Speaking to the promise is going to be what sells, not the amount of sessions. Now, that's not to say that the amount of sessions or the process doesn't matter. There are a lot of left analytical brains out there that really want to know what the process is going to entail, but it is not as important as the promise. Think of it like this. Let's say I said to someone who was working on weight loss. Let's say I said to you, if you were working on weight loss, take this red pill, and when you take this red pill, you'll lose all the weight that you want, and you'll not gain a single bit of it back, and you can eat whatever you want. Versus, take this blue pill, and when you take this blue pill, we're gonna work out together 12 times, or take this blue pill and you're gonna get 36 sessions, and I'm gonna review all your food logs, and I'm going to give you all the phone calls, and you're gonna have 24/7 access to me, and most people are gonna take the red pill. Because people don't care as much about what goes into the program as much as they care about what's in it for me. Because remember, as a business owner, you are solving a problem. Your business is designed to solve the problem of your ideal client. So think of it this way. When you're laying in bed at night, your client's not saying, I just need 12 more sessions. I just need 12 more sessions. That's not what they're thinking. That's not what's keeping them up at night. So when you nail down your products, your promise, which also includes your process, and of course, then we can start coming up with that irresistible price. But then what happens is that it's not the price. And when you have those irresistible components, people will not be able to say no. But that's because you are speaking to a promise. You are speaking to the transformation. And when you're thinking about the price, a lot of people most coaches want to think about their dollar per hour price, which is not that it's not important. But your program, your product, your solution is going to solve a $10,000 problem. So when your solution solves a problem that is 10 times worth the investment price, your offer becomes a no-brainer. And so instead of asking yourself, how much should I charge for this program? I want you to think about how much money you would like to earn in a month. So what I really want you to think about is always working from the end in mind. So how many clients do you want to work with in a month? And what is the price that you want to earn per month? And then ask yourself, what program goes into that price point? Or what needs to go into that price point? Then you can ask yourself, if I want to charge $997 a client, what needs to go into that program to solve a $10,000 problem? Then the second pillar is position. This is when we start getting into the messaging, and I started to talk a little bit about it when I introduced the first P, the product, and that's because all of this works synergistically together. So once you start to get clear on who it is that you're serving, you need to start finding out the language that they are using on a consistent basis so that you can use that language in your messaging, use that language in your marketing. Now remember, the brain is always looking at your social media or coming to your content and asking itself, what's in it for me? What's unique, what's new, and what's revolutionary? And so when you can take your messaging and you can take the language that they're using and position your product and service in a way that's unique, that's new, that's revolutionary, people will start paying attention to you. And when you do this, it doesn't matter how big your audience is on the front end, because you already, even if you have 100 followers right now, you already have 100 people in a room that is paying attention to you. So take care of them. And when you take care of them by testing out this messaging, by communicating, by talking to them, by asking them, by doing an Instagram poll and saying, what are you struggling with? And finding that language and then using that language in your positioning, you'll start to generate some revenue, generate some interest. And then we can execute the third P, which is the plan. Think about it. Every fitness plan, every person who comes who's coming after a goal, they need to have some sort of plan that's going to help them get from point A to point B the most efficient way possible. The same is true in business. You're not going to go out, think about it, you're not going to get on an airplane with a pilot who's going from LA to New York without a plan. So we don't want to be doing that in our business either. So we have to pick a destination for where we're going, build a plan using our content that's going to help our customer journey go from traffic to lead to customer. And you can do that right now with your current content and with your current audience that you have, no matter if it is 100 people paying attention to you or 10,000 people paying attention to you. Okay, so here's the plan. Get very clear on the product, on who it is that you are speaking to and who it is that you are serving, what's their problem, and what is the promise of your program, of your solution, what is the process that goes into that program, and then start thinking about, and what is the process that goes into that program and for what investment price. And what is the process that goes into that program and for what investment? And then we're going to take our content and we're going to use our content to put it out in front of our ideal client, starting with our current social media network. Use your content to shine light on the problem, demonstrate that your product and process is unique, new, and the solution, and get it out there. And then let's just see how it goes. Now, if you like this video and you want some more help on what specifically should you say for the next 7 days to generate your first 5 high-paying clients, then go ahead and download the 7-day content calendar that you can use for your social media platforms, no matter how big your audience is. So if you like this video, let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit subscribe, hit like, and share this video with your friends. And I'll see you on the next video.